constructed study in a small room with no stimulation for 10 minutes. And they could either choose to sit and be in that room for 10 minutes with no stimulation or administer low-level shocks to themselves during that 10 minutes so that they didn't have to be bored. And a majority of people administered the shocks to themselves. And so it is just profound that we're aware of that. Another thing we have to be aware of in terms of when we think about self, it isn't just that it's hard now to develop a self. We have a growing world of technological advancement and media that is vying for our data and vying for our information so as to be able to deliver us a more comfortable and personalized experience, right? So you guys are probably fed all kinds of, when you open up your browser, it feeds you articles you might be interested in. Or I don't know if you've noticed this, you click on some product and then suddenly for the next month, that product appears on every page you look at and you think like, man, I've got the best taste in the world. And then you realize, no, they are just doing that to make me think I've got the best taste in the world, right? So there is this constant sense of data collection that what I find it's creating in both in individuals I am speaking with and in actually people that I see in my office sometimes, is this sense that my experience of the world is everybody's experience of the world. So I don't have to bump up against anybody's opinion that's different from mine anymore. I can find somebody that agrees with me on everything. And the more I click on that, the more I get of that. And it creates this kind of sense that, well, isn't everybody else reading the same exact thing I'm reading? And isn't everybody else experiencing the same thing I'm experiencing? The other tricky thing about this is that it begins to create an algorithm. And the younger that we have children interacting with these technologies, they are creating a digital algorithm for themselves that will be continually and perpetually fed. So an individual who's struggling with an eating disorder, who's looking for who's looking for tips online, is creating an algorithm that is going to feed that individual things about eating disorders for a long time down the future. Does this make sense? So it creates this pathway that doesn't allow for the kind of experience of kind of a dynamic diversity that grows a healthy sense of self. I'm going to show you the newest product to do this, and I think this is where products are going.
The very first time Barbie can carry on.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Okay. And this is really hard to hear, so you're going to have to kind of focus because this is just video that was taken during a trade show and then uploaded. But think about the profound effect of kind of your choices beginning to shape the kinds of questions that are asked of you. And then also listen to the way in which Barbie interacts. I had a therapist at a talk I gave last week basically say, like, I'm trying to teach my couples how to talk to each other like this all the time. And if you're getting your empathic